how to prevent burnout. This is quite a big topic. I actually got a YouTube comment not too long ago, so first of all, shout out to you for leaving that comment and actually addressing something or bringing to my attention something quite big. I've experienced burnout not too long ago. It happens to the best of us, honestly. Like we will all go through it at one point or another. But I just want to kind of share my perspective on it and how I kind of overcame it. So burnout really, like, when you're experiencing burnout, typically I feel like you're putting a lot of effort into something, which is commendable, first of all, because you are going out your way, you are trying to sort of achieve something, or you might be juggling a lot of things, and you're trying to kind of put yourself in the best light, trying to go out there and specifically achieve a goal. And it can lead to burnout. Sometimes it is a long road, and there are hurdles, and burnout is very real. So my personal experience with burnout, I really experienced it a couple months ago, back in, actually it was last month, so December, and it wasn't great. It wasn't great because I was doing well at work the month before, and I also kind of definitely was juggling my YouTube, like editing videos, YouTube, and just like other external things that kind of go on day to day. And it's kind of, first of all, understanding yourself. Like personally, I've realized that my kind of skill with multitasking is not great. I'm actually not a very good multitasker, and I'd actually rather really focus my efforts on one thing at a time, because it kind of gives me a direction, kind of a bit more clarity. I don't really like diving into different things at the same time, and because I was trying to balance a lot of different things, and it wasn't necessarily the balance thing, it was more so trying to put a lot of effort into each thing, that as a person you only have a specific amount of energy, right? Energy, per day you've only got a limit of energy, whether it's high or low. Each person's different. It's kind of like a battery. Before a battery can't operate everything. It will have to be recharged, right? And that's the kind of like similar thing with us. Like, I feel like there's only so much we can put our attention to, and it's kind of knowing where to put priorities in check and then achieve that balance. And unfortunately, I was trying to do too much at the same time, and it was only I could only take it for so long before I achieved burnout. And when I actually achieved burnout, it was bad, because you were in some sort of like rut, and it was kind of hard to get over that, and you just felt a bit not like you weren't motivated enough. And even if you tried to push through the motivation, it's just like a massive mental fatigue. And it definitely was like counterproductive to what you were doing in the first place. Like, you understand? And burnout really can leak into other things as well. Like, because you've achieved burnout, it can really have an effect on your personal life. It can really have an effect on your relationships. Obviously, like, it can have an effect on your productivity and so on. So to kind of prevent getting burnout, it's all about understanding yourself and your limits. Now, for example, for me, I understand that I'm not the greatest multitasker, but it's something that I'm working on. So making sure that I can only take on a couple of things at a time is crucial, because if I take too much on my plate, I will just burn out. So that's what I've understood. And also prioritizing yourself. Like, I feel like personally, sometimes when you have a routine, it can get boring, like after several weeks, maybe after a month. For me, it can get really repetitive, and because of that boredom, it kind of leads to burnout for me as well. So what I like to do is, like, every 2 to 3 weeks I would do something like, I don't know, I'll just do something fun, like as in fun with my friends, basically. So for example, I would actually go to a party maybe after 3 weeks or something to get my mind off things, and it usually does help. But or if I was to go, like, let's say, do an activity with my friends, go bowling, maybe cinema, maybe play some, I don't know, we've got this thing called Top Golf, or like, there's loads of things, right, in the UK. I mean, in the UK and America, wherever, like, the idea is that you kind of take a break outside your normal regimented routine, something completely different, maybe try a new cuisine, but the idea is to kind of step out of that routine, and it's fine. Like, I just think it kind of provides a little bit of a reset, and it also, having it like into your routine, in the sense, like, let's have something completely different every 2 or 3 or 4 weeks. It kind of gives you something to look forward to, right? And also prioritizing kind of yourself as well. Like, it's really important, because when you're working so hard, you have to put yourself first in situations. Like, you have to know when. It's all about self-awareness, because when you're close to your battery dying or whatever, or your battery is low, you need to be able to detect that. You need to be able to be like, okay, alright, I've been doing good for this amount of days, this amount of weeks. I do feel a bit like it's getting a bit too much, so let me just take some time off. Let me just take a little breather. And it's just knowing that point. And I feel like, because I've already experienced a burnout, I know when I'm getting close to that point. And it's okay. Sometimes it might be after a few days. That means the intensity of your work is a bit too much. So maybe, like, dial down the intensity. Or even if it's after a couple of weeks, maybe a month, that's still fine. Like, everyone is different. So it's all about the self-awareness. And I do think maybe it's trial and error. If you've already gone through burnout, take it as a positive thing, because you know where your limit is, and you only become stronger with it. So self-awareness, prioritize your things, yourself, you've got it.